You're having your first date after the age of 50. Here are 7 things you should do and 7 things you should not do. Guys, dating after 50 can be exciting, intimidating, and sometimes absolutely confusing. Just think about it. The way we dated, especially if you haven't been in the field for a while, and the way we dated back in the 80s and 90s is quite different from today. And you may have even met each other online. So there goes that. Right there is quite different than how we actually dated back in the day, right? Expectations are different and stuff like that. So what I want to share with you guys is, these are Iris's pointers right here, right? So 7 things. I'm going to give you 7 things that you should do and 7 things that you should not do, okay? And the first one is that, guys, look here. You want to get off to a good start. You want to make a good impression. And dating is no different than if you had to be on time at a job or you go to church, you want to get there on time. Same old thing. You want to be on time for this date. It says a lot. Here's what it's saying. First of all, it's saying that you are truly interested in going out with this person. If you arrive on time, you appreciate and respect their time as well. Now, there can be, strange reasons that could happen. You're driving on the way, you're going to be there on time, and this has happened, I'm pretty sure to all of us at one given time. You're caught in a traffic jam with no end in sight. And if that is the case, just kind of relay that information. But in my mind, on time is actually being a little early. So get there about at least 10 minutes early. Make sure that you're going to be there on time, right? So the thing is that you're trying to set that standard that you are respectful of their time, right? The second thing, guys, I want you to be yourself. You want them to see the real you, not the one you're morphing yourself into be to make yourself look more attractive to that person, saying that you would like things that you definitely don't like, or you put up with things that you definitely will not put up with. Be yourself. Just don't overdo it. I really need to impress this guy. Look, here's the deal. If they've already asked you out, and of course hopefully you haven't catfished them, right? They've asked you out, then there's something they find attractive about you already. Okay, so just be yourself. That's what they're looking for, you. They're looking for you, right? The other thing too, you're looking at this relationship. It's not one of those, oh my God, I hope he wants to get married one day. Please do not ask that. If you ever want to get married, please do not ask that on the first date. We're going to get into that in a second. But the simple things, number 3 is that you want to ask questions though. So just simple things. You want to know more about them, their interests, family, hobbies, travel experiences, goals for the future, things like that. Kind of simple things. Because again, too, it is somewhat of it's a relationship interview is exactly what it is. You're trying to see where their head is. And here's the reason why you want to do that. Hopefully they're giving you authentic answers, right? Because you want to see okay, are those the things that, that you can tolerate, things that you're interested in, things that you are not interested in? And it could be some things you've never experienced. And they present a story that's so compelling. You're like, okay, I think I want to try that one day. So that kind of stuff. Because the thing is, people enjoy being seen and heard. Now, here is what I do know. Dr. Carter, who is who I am. I do know that almost everybody in the world, one of our favorite topics is ourselves. We like to share the things that we're doing in life, the things that we want to do in life, right? And so listen, even if it's something that you may not even want to do, listen to them, okay? Please do. I want you, this is 4, I want you to listen more than you talk. Now, if both of you are following this, guideline, then you're gonna be 50-50. And the reason is that you want to listen to what they say, not listen to them wah 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 wah. So finally, when they're tired of, when they finish whatever they were saying, then you come back and say, hey, I don't agree with this. I don't agree with that. Did it even add to what they were talking about? They may have been telling you how they felt when their mother passed or something like that, and you start talking about the Lakers. Why? You're not listening. So listen to what they have to say. That's showing value to them. Okay? So here's another one too. Number 5. This goes without saying. Don't have your earphones in your ear, taking calls, still doing business. Put your phone away. Okay, put your phone away. If you have dedicated time to go out with this person, you give them your utmost attention. Okay? You give that to them. There are some times where you may have to answer your phone, especially if you still have young kids and they're at the sitter or something like that. And you say, hey, you tell them up front, I'm going to keep my phone on. I'm going to have it right here just in case there's an issue with the sitter. But not too many times would you need to have your phone on. So put it away. Put it away. Give them your attention, because being present matters. Okay. I want you to be kind to everyone. This is number 6. And what I'm saying is, let's say you ordered shrimp and they gave you chicken. Don't bring the waiter over or whoever and start blasting them. Just say, hey, I apologize. Maybe the order got crossed, but I actually ordered shrimp, not chicken. You raising your voice, like, oh, that's a bad impression. And if you get another date, that'll be interesting. Is what I'm going to say. So what I wrote down here: character often reveals itself in these small interactions. So how you handle little discrepancies is what the person is looking at too, right? And also, too, you're kind of taking in how they're presenting themselves, too, right? So kind of keep that in mind. Guys, I want you to keep this is number 7, keep your expectations realistic. You may be like, what are you talking about? First date is not a marriage interview. And I have to say that, to stress that, because I hear people tell me, I want to get married again one day. Okay, I understand that. It's just like playing poker. Don't show your hand in the beginning. Don't show your hand for a while. Because honestly, you don't even know if the person that you're on a date with is the one that this is really actually marriage material. Or if you guys will really mesh. That chemistry is a huge thing. If it's not on point, why? I just want to get married. Do you want to get married, or do you want to marry the right person? Is what you should be asking yourself, right? So if you want to marry the right person, you're going to give that some time. You're going to go out on these dates to see, kind of, go with the flow, kind of evaluate things after the date and see how it went, right? And see if there's a next date afterwards, right? So those are the 7 things you should do. I have listed on here is I need for you guys to arrive on time. I want you to be yourself. I want you to ask some questions. Listen more than you talk, okay? Put that phone away. Be kind to everyone and keep your expectations realistic. You got to keep your expectations realistic, right? So, here are the things. I gave you those 7 that you should do. Here are the things that you should not do. You should not do on your first date. Don't spend the entire date talking about your ex. Please do not do that. Please. Look, I'm telling you what. I don't think it's appropriate at all. Well, I mean, as time goes on, if you guys get into a conversation about the exes, just share some stuff. But talking about your ex, don't do that. That's a fast way to kill attraction. Just don't. Don't turn the date into a therapy section. Oh my God. It's not your time to share all of your pain with that new person, especially if you're just getting to know them. Okay? So, because, first date could be one of those where you've been knowing this person for a long time now. Y'all have finally decided to go out. Excuse me. That's a little different than you met this person online or whatever. You met them in a job. You haven't really spoken to them much. And then all of a sudden you want to tell them about all kind of stuff that shouldn't be shared until you really know that person, right? That's number 2. Number 3 is don't interrogate. Why you single? What happened to your last wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, whatever? Keep the conversation relaxed. You just want to talk about, if they have kids, tell me about your kids and stuff like that. But why are you single? Did she beat you up? Who divorced you? That's a lot of heavy lifting already, right? There's a difference, guys, between curiosity and interrogation. You don't want to interrogate the person, just curious. Just talk to them. Hey, so you moved here from Michigan? How do you like it here? Something like that. Look. Now, don't oversell yourself. That's the opposite of what I said. Be yourself. Don't oversell yourself. I can do this. I make the best. I don't know why my ex-husband divorced me or ex-husbands divorced me or ex-wife. I would make the best wife in the world. That's a little that's a heavy hitter right there, right? You don't need to convince someone you're successful. I did this on my job. I'm, intelligent or desirable. Intelligence is one of those things that kind of comes across anyway. You're just listening to somebody. And then desirable, that's to the beholder. Okay, so there's not much you can do with that. And the success part, again, too, if you're putting something out there that is not true, once, let's say you guys start dating after that, then it'll show up. And then they're going to leave you and you're wondering why I keep losing boyfriends or girlfriends, and that's why. This one may shock you, especially the world we live in. This is number 5. I think it's right on the money, though. You should not rush physical intimacy. And I'm talking to you men as well. Okay? So men and women, chemistry is wonderful, but emotional connection is what often creates lasting relationships. You setting yourself up, you go out with this person first time, you're rolling in the hay. You kind of laid all your cards out in the beginning. If they come back, they do. If they not, because again, I told you, emotional connection is often what creates lasting relationships. Emotional connection takes time for that to build, allows things to develop at a comfortable pace with both people, and that's generally not the case if you first go out with somebody and you end up, they spend the night with you and stuff. So that's probably not a good way to get it started, right? Here's another one too. And this is for men and women. I see it more so for women than men, but whoever it applies to, please do not ignore those red flags. Please do not. Again, you remember earlier I said be respectful. Let's see how they treat the wait staff too at the restaurant. If they're snappy, if they're demanding, if they don't want to tip, okay? Or give them a tip that is so ridiculous you shouldn't have tipped at all. Look at all of that. That's very telling, because kind of multiply that. If you want that, if you think, oh, well, he's fine or she fine, oh, I can put up with this, it's only going to get worse. Okay, so you may not want to do that. You're looking for anger issues, dishonesty, excessive negativity, always being negative about everything, disrespect, and controlling behavior. Okay, they're red flags. And how you decide to handle that afterwards, you figure it out, right? Other thing too, it kind of depends on the first date, how it unfolded, what happened, if they arrived on time and why they were late, or whatever the case may be. But don't decide their entire future based on one date. We tend to multiply. At times, we tend to multiply ideas like, this is what happened, I can see this unfolded over and over and over again, right? Because one date rarely tells you everything about that person. That's why. And also, too, people may be nervous, especially if you haven't dated in a while. You may be very confused about what you should or should not do. They may have had a difficult day, right? Give yourself time to gather information before making major judgments about the person. So here's the deal. The most important first date question should be, instead of asking, how can I get this person to like me? Ask, do I genuinely enjoy being around that person? See, that's the thing. You don't try to sell yourself. See if you kind of like the chemistry they're putting out, right? So guys, I love doing these videos. I hope this one is helpful. Please, it's, first date after the age of 50, right? First date. If you haven't dated in a while and you're finally now dating, man, I'm telling you, it can be really scary out there. So I want you to just, enjoy the moment. Please do, be yourself. Unless there's something major that happens at the restaurant, don't be so quick to dismiss that person. Here's one that I didn't list on this list, but I do want to share too. This is kind of one of the things I've heard, because there's this mindset that a lot of people want someone, especially when it comes to women, that are taller than them, and reverse for men, they want someone that's shorter than them. But just consider if you would be willing to date someone that's, if you're a female, shorter, or male that's taller, right? Or age variances too, right? Even though you may be at a certain age, would you date someone older or possibly younger? There's all those things, as long as they are, of course, of age. That's something that you would have to decide. I personally would, I'm just sharing with you, I would not allow noise to get into my ear to tell me if you are feeling that person. Oh, they come from a different, let's say, race or religion, or they're shorter or taller or heavier or thinner, Lord have mercy, thinner. Don't let that get into your mind. If you are really feeling this person, you go with what you feel is best for you. Okay? So guys, I I truly, like I said, truly enjoy doing these videos. If you are feeling this message, I need for you guys to type power up in the comment section, and please like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. It's growing. It's inching on up that way, but I am consistent, so hopefully we'll see a lot of growth later. I want to hear from you guys. I hear from you once in a while, but I want to hear from you guys about if these videos are helpful, anything you would like for me to share. One of the next videos I'm about to do was a suggestion by one of my avid viewers, members, that he wanted me to do a video about men. Okay, so I'm gonna do that one about how men should treat women, is basically what he said. So I'm going to do that video and share that. You'll see that in, maybe a week or two after this video is aired. Guys, as always, I would like for you, of course, to type power up. And as in closing, we always say on this station that channel. I don't know why I say station. We say on this channel that we are aging boldly. You guys have a wonderful one.